Welcome back to the Cymru Nerd Cave. Nice to have you here. And yes, if you looked at the title, then you know full well who we're looking at today. We're looking at these guys. We're looking at Dreadwind and we're looking at Darkwing because they're my boys. They're really cool and it's about time that I had them. I didn't have the G1, either of them. My friend did. Transformer tells Andy Welch, he had them both. And I think he's still probably got them somewhere. And they were awesome. I loved those toys so much. In Japan, obviously, they were recoloured and used as Buster and Hydra instead of Dreadwind and Darkwing because they just went a totally different way in Japan, which is fine. But they didn't really appear much in Marvel UK in the actual comics. They were in a few bits toward the end of the comic run. And they had all those dealings with the Mechanibals where it was really Throttle and High Test, their Power Master partners, who had more to do with them. And actually you saw more of them than you did Dreadwind and Darkwing. And that's a shame. But I guess they weren't really into promoting them. The main reason I like Dreadwind so much, the main reason that I love Dreadwind is because he took over the Marvel Letters page from Grimlock in the Marvel UK. Because in the Marvel UK comics, instead of getting a person, presumably to reply, they actually got Transformers. So we had Soundwave, we had Ratchet, we had Grimlock, we had Dreadwind, and then finally I think we had Blaster doing it until the end of the comic run. And Dreadwind, the character, I just fell in love with him. I found out that he's this sort of basically Marvin the Paranoid Android from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it's like I really like that character. I really like Dreadwind. He was dry-witted, he was sarcastic, he was just nasty to the kids basically, and it's like, yeah, I'm liking this guy. This guy seems like someone I could do business with. I mean, obviously it was Simon Furman in reality answering all the questions that the kiddies posed, but yeah, Dreadwind was the guy for me. And the colours, let's face it, look at the colours of this toy. Because they're basically the same as the colours on the G1. You've got your teal, you've got your grey, you've got your silver, you've got your purple. They're all very Decepticon-y colours and all colours I really, really like. So 80s. And it's the same with Darkwing as well. Obviously darker grey, but you've got the teal, you've got the purple, you've got the blue. Just very Decepticon, very 1987, 88 Decepticons. And the Power Masters, obviously these aren't, but the original toys are. And I love the Power Master gimmick. I think it's a great gimmick that the toy can't be transformed unless you put Power Master in there. It's such a great little touch. I just love it. But onto these guys, onto the actual toys themselves. So you've got Dreadwind. He is a heavy tooling and redeco of Skydive from Combiner Wars. And it's a sort of cross between an F-15, sorry, an F-16 and an F-18, I believe. I'm not that much of a plane connoisseur, you can probably tell. But yeah, he's basically a cross between those two. And look at him, look at how nice he is. Little bit of visible head syndrome at the bottom, but not too much. His robot mode basically folds up into the bottom there. So yeah, it's not dissimilar to his G1 toy, if I'm being perfectly honest about it. And you do have to wonder whether Skydive was designed with the express purpose of being retooled into Dreadwind. I kind of hope it was, but it works. It's like I say, the colours on this guy are immense. You've got that little bit of red just to break everything up, but otherwise it's teal, it's blues, it's, you know, purples, greys. Just lovely, just really my kind of colour scheme on a Decepticon. The only thing that let it down really in this toy, because it's Power of the Primes, you had your Prime armour. Fair enough, that's your gimmick. Not a gimmick I wanted, so I got rid. I don't have the Prime armour. I'm very, very sorry if that's what you were looking for. But if you were looking at this video at this point for that, probably looking in the wrong place, lads. It does come with a gun. His blaster, which is very nice, it's very teal and looks sort of like his old one did. There's no way really to plug it in. There is that, but if you plug it in there, that's what it looks like. So frankly, no, I mean, it's not good. yeah, whatever, innit? So obviously in the G1 version he had somewhere better to put it, but not in this version. So if you're going to transform him, probably best not to have it in the alt mode. But he's perfectly nice. He fits together really well. Nice transformation. We will see his robot mode in a minute, because at the moment we're going to have a look at this guy, Darkwing, aka in this version Blackwing, because Hasbro lost the trademark clearly. Very similar again to his G1, which is only a good thing. Darker grey, obviously. You've got your blues, you've got your purples, you've got your nice yellow flash on the wings. Really breaks it up. Love it. It just looks great. Really nice jet. This one is a, now I forget, something like an F15 or an F14, I forget. Again, I'm not big on planes, so please don't correct me in the comments. I know it's wrong. I think it's an F14. But very, very nice anyway. It does have the function where you can pop his wings out. I think that has something to do with, he could do the same thing. It's all to do with Dreadwing, when they transform into Dreadwing. But you can do that if you want, I guess. Otherwise, fits together really, really well. Does have places to put his blasters. You can put them on there, and they don't really detract from the mode or make him look stupid or unaerodynamic or anything like that. So yeah, really nice. Love it, love it, love it. Again, don't have any prime armor. If he did have prime armor, it would go in there, but I don't have it. Just let's talk about that little panel though. That's very similar to his G1. His whole chest setup there is very similar to his G1 version. I really appreciate it. It's just really nice. And if you put these two guys together like they're supposed to be, oh, look at them. Look at how nice they look. Oh, look at them. Sexy, sexy, sexy. But that's the alt modes dealt with. Let's deal now, finally, with the robot modes. Go! So here is Dreadwind in his robot mode, and oh, isn't he lovely? Isn't he really, really nice? First off, the face. That is just pure classic G1 face. It's so good. I love it. And yeah, he looks exactly pretty much like he should do, a modern update of a G1 classic. Really happy with how this turned out. I know a lot of people said at the time they weren't really into it, or they didn't really care about how it looked. And it should have been a Voyager, that was the other one. And the fact that it's a Combiner War toy, I don't mind any of that. I mean, I am pretty thirsty and will basically just take any Dreadwind toy that they have, because they've done so few. I mean, they did the original G1, they did a BotCon exclusive, they did a Creon. That's it. That's all they've done. And considering this is my favourite Decepticon of all time, yeah, it's not good enough. So I will take this guy. I think he's really good. He's got a good range of articulation. His arms do everything that you'd want his arms to do. His head goes round, and his legs have all the good Combiner Wars articulation that you need. So you can put him in some really good poses. He does, yes, have this bit because of his Combiner Wars heritage. You can use him as a limb. He will work as a limb. I prefer not to, because as far as I'm concerned, he's his own bot. Doesn't need to be combining with anybody apart from his best mate. We'll see that in a little bit. But anyway, I think he looks great. And again, the colours just pop so nicely. There's a good proportion of each on his body. He's got a good good mix of colours. He certainly pops when he's on a shelf, as does his Bezzy mate here. Good old Darkwing, who again, different transformation completely to his best mate there, which is really good. And that's one of the reasons I like the Combiner Wars toys and this sort of Power of the Prime update that they've done. They do transform completely differently. So again, look at the face. The face is pretty much as you would expect. And again, the chest is I'm quite impressed with his chest, which is a weird thing to say, I know, but I really think that they've done a damn good job on these, updating them and making them look as close as they possibly can to their G1 counterparts. He just pops really nicely. It's all the colours, it's all the little bits like his wings. Obviously in the G1 version the wings were similar, and then, you know, you can put them down if you want to, if you want to make them look like a cape. He says with his weaker hand, but there you go. So you can do, but I prefer it. It does look a bit sillier, but I think it looks nice. He has got some plain kibble going on the back, as does Dreadwind. Let's have a look at that. So they do have some plain kibble, but you'd expect that. It's not too bad. It's fine. There's worse things to get angry about. And his twin blasters look really cool in his hands as well. All in all, these are very, very nice figures. And if you can pick them up, you should pick them up. I was always going to pick them up because I'm a huge mark. I'm just very lucky I found this guy because he wasn't around. He wasn't available as much as this guy seems to have been. So, yeah, to get them both together, really good. I now finally have two of the figures I've always wanted in the Generations line. So, yeah. Third mode then. Let's do a third mode. Let's do Dreadwing. Yeah. Look, guys. Garbage third combination mode aside, I think we can all agree these guys are pretty excellent, and we all should have them. So if you haven't already got them, you need to find them, you need to buy them, because they're a cracking throwback to sort of 1988 G1. And let's face it, everyone loves a bit of 1988 G1. Just maybe don't transform it into Dreadwing, maybe leave that mode, much like we did in 1988 actually. I don't know many people who played with it in that mode. But there you go. Look, it's been a pleasure to do this as always. I shall be back very, very soon with another video. And just think, guys, it's about a month to TF Nation. Oh, exciting.
To defeat the evil Decepticons, Nebulons team up with Autobots to become Power Master.
Their engine's the key that unlocks their Transformer energy.
We're under attack! Oh no, the Decepticons have Power Masters too! Transform Optimus Prime!
Power Master Transformers, they've got the power to survive.
Look, Optimus is becoming a Super Power Master! Who will win? Find out in Marvel Comics.